Look, I can't help but think that now might be a good time for a little fire and ice. Please
No,
do not
there is
know.
never a good time for fire and ice.
What happens when you mix fire and ice?
Warm water, baby.
It's bubbling, baby. Warm water. Warm water.
It is Saturday afternoon. Mike Tipton hanging out with you here with Brandon the Iceman Cohen. We got David Halpern hanging out with us as well. We are live over at 655 Sunland Park Drive, Buffalo Wild Wings, our favorite spot to be. They got Brandon his club soda. They let us know all the specials that are going to happen a little bit later on as we get going here in the show. But Brandon, our UTEP Miners in action today. The Dallas Cowboys not in action, so they can't get a loss this week, thank God.
Yeah.
The San Antonio Spurs, the only thing that I have to be happy, well, I guess Texas Tech football as well, but the San Antonio Spurs, the only thing I have to be happy about in the professional sports world. And, of course, I believe since the last time we were here, the Dodgers won the World Series.
Yes.
They won it that day.
There's been a lot going on, and it's funny because you hit the nail on the head in terms of how the whole pitching thing was going to transpire. You really did. I got to give you credit when I give you credit. And I will say that was probably the most exciting Game 7 I've seen, I mean, maybe ever. It's certainly in recent memory, because of how things transpired.
You got that one between the Cubs and the Cleveland Indians that went extra innings. You had the rain delay and all that. Both of them, I think they're kind of up there, right?
Oh, yeah.
But wrap your mind around this. In games that Yamamoto didn't pitch for the LA Dodgers, the Toronto Blue Jays scored 37 runs. In games that Yamamoto pitched, which is Game 3, Game 6, and part of Game 7, which is a total of 17 innings, that Blue Jays offense got 2 total runs.
Absolutely. They were virtually flawless, and everything had to go absolutely right for them to win that game. I mean, from hitting the home run in the top of the 9th inning to the bottom of the 9th inning. I mean, the guy was literally, out by a cleat. He was out by that much. And then, of course, the catch that almost wasn't, because I thought for sure they were going to collide in the outfield. And then, of course, Guerrero Jr. not hitting the home run when it looked like for sure it was going to be money. I mean, it's like the stars aligned and everything went perfectly right. But you know what? Teams like that make their own destiny.
Oh, yeah.
And they made their own destiny. And congratulations. First back-to-back champ since the Yankees who won 3 in a row back in the 90s.
Hate the fact that the Dodgers are joining the Yankees in that respect of I guess, enormity when it comes to like sports and creating a dynasty and stuff like that. And don't get it twisted. The Dodgers are a dynasty.
Oh, yeah.
There is
3
nothing
in 5 years.
Nothing that's going to stop them from being one of the best dynasties, if not the best dynasty of recent memory. Of course, obviously, you got Houston that you got to deal with in there as well, the great run that the Houston Astros went on. However, the Dodgers have the ability, because of the way that they were able to structure the salary cap and kind of jump through all these hoops and loops and all that type of stuff, to just keep it going for God knows how long.
Yeah, I mean, as good as they are, and as they're great players, are still in their prime, a very well-coached and managed team. I mean, look, there's no guarantees from year to year in this game or any game in general. But, I mean, you show me a better organization nowadays than them. I mean, it's very impressive, because to me that Blue Jays team was it seemed like the team of destiny this year.
One thing that I will say is I will never bet against Shohei Ohtani.
No, you can't.
Never get bet against.
You can't. He is the generational player of today. And that addition was just absolutely tremendous. That was a game changer.
Well, not just him, but like even Yamamoto. Like all the things the Dodgers have done, every move the Dodgers have done, from Mookie Betts to Freddie Freeman to Ohtani to everything they've done, has panned out fantastic. Even for Blake Snell, right? Like they started this whole season with, Blake Snell's not going to be able to do this. Blake Snell's not going to be able to do that. He's not going to be the Cy Young winner Blake Snell that he was. No, all he does is come into the playoffs and
dominate, absolutely. And like you said, just little pieces. It's like they have created that all-star team, a little piece here, a little piece there. Freddie Freeman last year was the hero helping them win the World Series. This year I believe it was game 3 when they took that commanding, and well, not commanding, but 2-1 lead. That was the one move in that series that changed all the momentum.
Yeah.
Was that home run, and that gave them the 18th inning that gave the Dodgers that series lead at the point.
The fact that you can say that in the 18th inning.
Amazing. 2 games. 2 games in 1.
You played 2 whole
We
games.
got 8 games. We got not 7 games. We got 8 games.
Our guy Tommy Canazza saying, what's good, fellas? What's good, Tommy? Hope that you are having yourself a fantastic day today. The Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football absolutely just shit the bed. It was not fun to watch. I was at Southwest University Park. We were doing an event over there. So I have the Cowboys game on that big video board, and I'm watching it and hate watching every single second of it. And then you come to the trade deadline, the NFL trade deadline, and the Cowboys make some moves to help make the defense a little better. And the fact of the matter is they're still in second place of this division. It's god-awful division outside of Philadelphia. They would be the 11th seed right now if the playoffs were to start. But it's only week 10, and you still got a little bit of leeway here. Like, I know I sound like a bleeping idiot because I say that there's still a chance. Like maybe you make the playoffs. You're not going to do anything if you make the playoffs, but you can salvage this season.
Absolutely. This season is still salvageable. And, I mean, look, it's the kid they picked up from the Jets. He's like a 3-time Pro
Quinnen
Bowler.
Williams, yep.
Williams is great. He is great. He'll help the interior part of their line. And, it is a very sad thing, though, obviously, what happened
With Marshawn Newman.
Marshawn, yeah. I mean, and I hate to say it, it's the kid. It's amazing. How do you go from recovering a blocked punt for a touchdown on Monday Night Football to committing suicide so soon after? It just shows how unpredictable and precious life truly is. So, the Dallas Cowboys, they're in disarray still. I mean, sure, they're salvageable, but I don't think they have enough on defense. They really don't to be able to be competitive. I feel that, they'll win a few games here and there, but I don't think they can beat anybody that's worth the crap.
Tommy Canazza saying making the playoffs would ruin the draft picks for the Dallas Cowboys if they don't win the Super Bowl. Because we have to remember, so going back to the trade where they get Quinnen Williams from the New York Jets, they were able to hold on to both first-round picks that they have this year.
Yes.
However, one of those first-round picks is with the Green Bay Packers, who are on absolute fire right now, could be considered the best team or one of the best teams in the NFL right now. So you're expecting Green Bay to give you a high 20s, maybe even 30 draft pick, somewhere within there.
Yeah.
If you're the Dallas Cowboys, and you know me, I started the season saying this, 0-17 is what I wanted. I wanted the complete rebuild. They've got 3 more wins than I want them to get, including a tie that I didn't want them to get. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, you still, like you got to play for something. Like, I'm not one of these people that says you go out and tank, you do all this stuff. You still have the possibility of salvaging this season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody out there, other than maybe the Jets, is really terrible. And I look at this draft, and I'm not wowed by anybody in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you package a couple of those picks, you get more draft capital for other drafts and stuff like that coming, right? Maybe there's some edge rushers out there that you can get, but I feel like you can get a decent edge rusher in the 20s.
Yes.
Or even in the teens, right? Like, you don't need a quarterback, and this is going to be a quarterback-heavy draft. I don't feel like you need a running back right now. You don't need receivers. You need to go out and shore up that defense, and I feel like the more bodies you have, the more likely you are to be able to, shore up that defense a little bit.
Absolutely. I mean, look, it has to be all defensive late in the draft, and where they're going has to be heavy. Now, do you always try to improve your offensive line? Of course. Do you try to have more depth at other positions? Sure, especially if those players are available at that particular point where you're drafting. But with that being said, you're drafting, let's say, 7 players. 5 of those players should be defensive players because they need to revamp every aspect.
All 7 of them.
8 players need to be defensive players.
There is no job safe on the defensive side of the Dallas Cowboys. Not even like defensive.
It's one of the worst defenses I've seen in a long time. I mean, who would have thought? But when you make the Arizona Cardinals look like a Super Bowl contender on a Monday night game, and Jacoby Brissett, who's older than dirt, and he's a decent quarterback. He's a journeyman, but he's no freaking Brett Favre or whatever. I mean, the guy looked amazing. He looked great.
I texted my friends James and Pat. Obviously shout out to my guys over at ESPN. But we were texting. I was like, man, the Dallas Cowboys defense before this game started. I was like, the Dallas Cowboys defense is going to make Jacoby Brissett look like the second coming to Tom Brady, and they sure as hell did.
Yes.
But like their defense is so bad. And Tommy's putting up here the second first round pick should be a corner or right tackle, somebody like that. They should use those picks to draft a playmaker like Caleb Downs. We really need a playmaking safety. Talking about the Dallas Cowboys secondary. The Dallas Cowboys defense needs literally everything. You need a run stopper. So look, you go out there, you get Quinnen Williams, you have Kenny Clark. Let's see how they come together with each other. I like moving Odigizua to the outside because to me he was more of an edge rusher than an interior defensive lineman. So you have him now on the outside where I think he's going to be a little bit better. And then we saw like the emergence of Ezraku coming out as well, like being able to put some pressure on the quarterbacks. Maybe they're starting able to do something. But the Dallas Cowboys secondary, which I would have said would have been their strength coming into this season with Deron Bland, with Trayvon Diggs, the history that they have, that secondary has been bad.
Oh, yeah.
That linebacking core has been bad. I know you got old boy from Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's defense was absolute dog shit to begin with. So you're going from one dog shit defense to another dog shit defense. You know what that means? You have double dog shit. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it means you got a lot of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who doesn't want double dog shit? I mean, it's more than single dog shit. And yeah, I mean, that's a great point because, my goodness, it's interesting to feel that, you end up getting a situation where the guy can't play for crap. I mean, he's all right, but boy, that defense is absolutely dismal. Absolutely dismal,
But it goes to show you how bad the Cowboys defense is whenever you're calling up the Bengals being like, hey, can we get one of your guys?
Yeah. Look, I know you suck, but we want somebody that sucks better on our team. It's like, are you kidding me?
You know what? These are my words coming back to bite me in the ass just right away. You know how I say, if you're going to be bad, be historically bad. The Dallas Cowboys defense is finally historically they're listening to me. They're listening to me.
It's on another level bad. It's almost unwatchable bad.
And the funny thing about this is you look at what that weekend was. The Philadelphia Eagles come out of this weekend as the big winner of the weekend, and they didn't have a game. Jaden Daniels goes down with that gruesome arm injury. It was absolutely gross.
Terrible.
Tommy sent me a picture of it. It was disgusting to see. The fact that Washington's not going to put him on the IR, they are insane. He should not play another game this year. That team has come back down to earth. Yes. I told you. Any stock you put into the Washington Commanders, you should have been selling that stuff off like it was October 29th of 1929. Like you should have been selling that out. Like he gets what I'm saying.
The Great Depression.
There you
We're
go.
all depressed.
There you go.
You knew it too.
If it was with the Washington Commanders, you should have been selling that stock. The Giants are the Giants. Like they're just bad. At least the Cowboys are not the Giants. And then you had the Dallas Cowboys lose a game that I feel like most people would have looked at and said, this is a game they could win.
Yes.
Right? Like, against Arizona. No Kyler Murray. Marvin Harrison Jr., we spoke about it last weekend, how he's a bust. He plays against the Dallas Cowboys, and it looks like Jerry Rice. Well, like the Cowboys' defense is just bad. So the Eagles, even though they didn't play a damn game, come out of this looking like roses. And then look at what they did in the trade deadline as well, getting a bunch of pieces to help out that defense. They are revamping, and it sounds terrifying to think that the Eagles might have a chance of repeating.
Yeah, I mean, they're great. They're great, and they've done what they need to do. And certainly, I mean, it's hard to believe that you could win on your bye week, but all of those things came to fruition for them. And, I mean, look, again, to me, we talked about this, the NFC being absolutely positively wide open with, your clear front runners being Philly, Seattle. I don't know that I could really – I mean, Detroit's pretty vulnerable at 5-3, but I think Philly and Seattle and Green Bay would be your three top contenders to come out of that division, the conference rather. But, yeah, I mean, look, until Philadelphia is beaten, they still are the champions, and they still are a very, very well-rounded team. So I'm curious to see the rematch between them and Dallas. I think they'll put 40 on the Cowboys or more.
Oh, man. But, maybe 50. Anything that gets put up on the Cowboys is high. I wouldn't even – I want them to give up 100 points now.
They have a rough stretch coming up, don't they?
Yeah.
Play Kansas City
Yeah.
at home on Thanksgiving.
So the end of the season, like the beginning part of the season, was the easiest part of the Cowboys schedule, and that was still difficult.
Yeah.
You have games. Maybe the Washington games aren't going to be as bad as what you thought they were going to be, but you got Washington again. You got Philadelphia again. You got the Giants again, right? So like you have your division game. Then you have Minnesota, which a little step back. J.J. McCarthy might not be that guy. We know that Carson Wentz isn't that dude, right? But you got the Lions, the Chiefs, the Bills, like the Chargers. You have a gauntlet. I believe it's, 7 of the last 8 games for the Dallas Cowboys are against teams that won more than 12 games last year.
That's not good.
No, that's
Kansas
going
City
to
will
be
tear
hell.
him a new one on
Oh, yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Kansas City's back. Like we
You're
can
going to
say,
give them something to be thankful for.
I get that they lost this week. Kansas City did to Buffalo. They always lose to Buffalo in the regular season.
It's a norm.
But they are still a team that nobody wants to face.
All I know is thank God Dallas is on a bye.
And they'll still find a way to
And they'll
lose.
still find a way to lose. They'll lose something.
They're losing this
They'll lose
bye
something.
week.
This young man's wearing a Broncos jersey. Speaking of the Broncos, did you watch that piss poor, pathetic excuse for a Thursday night game?
I am so glad I didn't.
Me too, because I was working, but I was like following it. And, I was working and I was at my daughter, we escorted her on the field at Coronado at halftime.
There we
She's on
go.
the color guard team.
There we go.
It was wonderful at the Eastlake Coronado game, and what an honor. But I was looking at the box score and going, what a piss poor. It was one of the worst games. They said it's the worst game statistically played since 1978 in the NFL, the year I was born. I mean, there was like more penalty yards than actual yards gained by the teams or something like that, and 2 missed field goals, 15 punts. I mean, the statistics were daunting. How bad that game really was. It really was.
But again, like we are so used to Thursday night games just being horrid, and I feel like that's the norm.
Not the greatest
right?
schedule, is it?
No. And again, like I don't get me wrong, like I like watching Thursday night football.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. I truly do. But it's also one of those things where you get like, later on in the year, we're gonna get the Jaguars and the Titans, baby. Like it's not teams you want to watch.
Yeah.
You would have thought, okay, Denver, Vegas, rivalry here. Vegas doesn't have a great defense. Denver kind of iffy here and there. Maybe we get a ton of points. So because I say it all the time, bad plus bad equals a fun game.
Denver's a weird 7-2. They're a very
8-1.
weird 7.
Aren't they 8-1?
No, they're 7-2.
Are they?
I think
Wow.
they have the best record in the AFC right now, but they're just a very strange, good team that you just don't know what you're going to. I mean, what are you going to get from Nix? What are you going to, obviously Dopkins has been done well, rather, he stayed healthy. And of course, Harvey, when they actually play him, is okay. And Nix is, decent, and their defense is one of the best in the league, but I don't have a lot of confidence in them.
No,
I really don't.
I feel like it's a mixture of not being able to live up to the moment, right? Like you saw the way they dominated the Dallas Cowboys. You think to yourself, that's a team that can do this all the time.
Absolutely,
But
yeah.
then you have to also realize that's the Dallas Cowboys, right? So now you get, okay, Vegas, you should dominate the Las Vegas
That's
Raiders.
what I thought it was. Going to beat
Yeah.
the crap. Here I am, starting for a fantasy purpose, everybody on Denver, and they're getting like nothing. It's like, geez, like I could not believe that score. Now, if you started their defense, you were sitting pretty.
I even started the Raiders defense because like I'm in a league and like both my defenses are on a bye this week. So I was like, holy shit, I got to get somebody.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was left was the Raiders, and I went off.
How'd they do for you?
They got me 15 fantasy.
Yeah,
points.
that's interesting. That's not bad. I mean, obviously.
But the reason why I did that is because I go into that game thinking to myself, it's probably going to be another one of these, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type Denver Broncos
Smart.
games.
I like that.
Where you don't know what to get out of them. Like again, they're a super bipolar team.
Very.
And again, like I still feel like they're going to win the division. I feel like they're the best regular season team in that division. But whenever it comes to the playoffs, I've got no stock in this team at all.
No,
like none. Like
they
I don't
probably
feel like they
lose
could race
in
to
the
the
first round.
More than likely.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on who they play, obviously, but they could very well get knocked off in the first round.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, I don't know who the 7th or seed is in the AFC. I'd have to look at do my research, but you mean to tell me that if it's maybe like a Kansas City, let's say they go there, they couldn't beat them. You know what I mean?
Oh no, like
or whatever. I mean,
it doesn't. So more than likely, because
Buffalo, I don't know, it could be
at this point of the season, you kind of know who's going to be able to do what, barring some sort of catastrophic meltdown, which the Broncos could do. we've seen it. They're said it a couple of years ago about the Eagles being a fraudulent 10-1,
yes.
right? This is a fraudulent 8 or 7-2, whatever their record is.
Very fraudulent.
Yes, like it's very fragile as well, right?
Yes,
Like something here can happen, and the bottom could fall out. There's a possibility of that doing. But if it stays this way, and they get themselves a home game in the playoffs, they might get the bye because, again, they're the best team in the AFC right now, which is wild to think of with the loss that Indianapolis had last weekend. If the Broncos get a home playoff game, I still think any team could go in there and beat them. And you're talking about like if Baltimore were to get hot enough and make it to the playoffs, even if it's Pittsburgh that comes out of the NFC North, right? I'm trusting Aaron Rodgers more than I trust Bo Nix, and it should not be the case right now because Aaron Rodgers is older than the combined age of everyone at this table.
Yeah, I mean he's father time, but he hasn't played bad this year.
Well, you know why he's surviving? He's immunized.
Yes, he's immunized. He's on so much ayahuasca he can't feel pain.
That's right.
Yeah, no, he really is. He really is immunized.
Tommy Canazza in the comment section saying my Thanksgiving is already ruined. Again, the Dallas, whoever came up with this schedule just hates the Dallas Cowboys. Like it just feels that way because the Kansas City Chiefs going to Dallas on Thanksgiving. I know I'm going to watch that game. I'm just going to get hammered and drunk off turkey. Like I'm going to be sipping gravy. That's the type of day that I'm going to have watching the Dallas Cowboys get massacred by the Kansas City Chiefs. Ashley Candelaria going on to say, LOL, Knicks in fantasy football was trash. Should have just started a bye quarterback.
Yeah, would have been much better
a
than
bye week
Knicks.
quarterback than that.
Would have been better. Who'd have thought? Again, it's so unpredictable.
And Tommy reminded me that DeMarvion Overshown is going to be coming back for the Dallas Cowboys either after this bye week or the week after that, which is going to help out the defense. We saw it last year. DeMarvion Overshown, whenever he's on the field, is amazing, right? Like he really is. But again, how much of that is the benefit of having Micah Parsons on the other side of the line,
Exactly.
taking all the pressure away from you? Now you're going to be focal point number one, coming off a ruptured ACL. My expectations, again, I think DeMarvion Overshown's a great player, but my expectations for what he's going to do this year are absolutely de minimis.
Yeah, I mean, it's to be determined, obviously. And again, you know, are we going to just add more mediocrity here, or is it going to actually be somebody that makes a difference? But I don't know. I mean, I'm not so optimistic at this point. I'm really not.
Well, there is one advantage of the Dallas Cowboys playing on Thanksgiving. You're free to take as many refrigerator breaks as you would like.
Yeah, that's the one thing. You get that nap, that post-Thanksgiving meal nap is going to be amazing. Also, I hate like the Thanksgiving night game.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's the worst game because there's no way you're awake for it.
No, you're sleeping by, 4 or 5. Maybe it depends on how late you eat. But I mean, if you're, the Cowboys game is usually over by 5, right? So,
it's over now.
It's over now.
Yeah, there's no need to play this game. Just give it to the Kansas City Chiefs. We know what's going to happen.
Yes.
Save face. I would rather them forfeit than to play this game. That just shows you how terrified I am of Kansas City and how much I do not trust the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they might as well forfeit it. It'd be a better way than to get their asses kicked on Thanksgiving. That's for sure.
Tommy reminded me that DeMarvion Overshown came off of an ACL injury last year. My guy, I feel like I'm looking in a mirror when I address DeMarvion Overshown. Sometimes your ACLs just ain't meant for it, my guy. Trust me, I would rather not have the surgeries that I had on my ACLs and be able to walk every day without pain than to keep blowing them out all the time.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, my guy. You're going to need those knees as you get older. Trust me.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Yes, and that's a tough injury to overcome.
It's a very
tough injury.
You had, 2 in 18 months, basically?
It's ridiculous.
That's wild, man.
That's terrible.
Take care of your knees, everybody. I'm addressing this as more than likely the youngest person associated with this
Yes,
show.
Absolutely, which I think is hilarious. Very funny.
We need to find a way to get a younger demographic. We just start doing the 6'7" thing. Yeah. You're a teacher. You know all about that.
I know we would try and get the younger ones. Yeah.
And
watch them. I mean, why not?
And look at how many people follow Dan Rather on social media.
A lot.
Yeah.
I also feel like that might be bots. But again, I'm just some dude. I am happy right now, Brandon, because we're over here with our friends at Buffalo Wild Wings, 655 Sunland Park Drive. I've got Texas Tech Red Raider football happening right now. The Red Raiders with a 19-0 lead over BYU. Middle fingers up to BYU. UTEP's former division rival in their conference that they played in back in the WAC. No more.
No more. And the great Kenyattio former running back L.J. Martin, a superstar with BYU. So interesting, right?
Tommy Kanata laughing at me for dipping into the 6'7" well. I wish I knew what it meant. But like I keep hearing
6'7".
Jinder says it all the time.
I don't know what half of these kids are saying today.
Well, I mean, that was you whenever you were like 19.
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. I mean, it's true, man.
I feel like Brandon aged the second he left high school.
You saying I age like bread or what?
More like a banana.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
An already peeled banana.
Oh, thank you very little.
I got nothing but love for you, my guy.
Hey, likewise.
Is there any way that we can get a menu over here so Brandon
Absolutely.
can look at the specials that we have going on? Thank you, David.
They have
As David is
wonderful
jumping on that right now. Tommy Kanata saying that 6'7" literally means nothing. My 13-year-old explained it to me. My 13-year-old hates it, so that's how I know that it's not like the normal slang. But I did see something that was shared to me earlier today that was talking about, like, how we as adults now have no room to get mad at any kid for what they say because of the stuff that we used to say.
Right.
And a lot of the things that we used to do, mocking DX and all the other stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we always had our dumb things we would say. Every generation has their stupid things that they say.
I mean, I still say stupid things.
You still all the time. I mean, absolutely all the time.
Like I have faith that the Dallas Cowboys could end the season pretty well. And then I go back and I look at that schedule. So while you tell everyone about the specials, I'm going to look up what the Dallas Cowboys remaining schedule is so that we can all bask in what is going to be a long losing streak for the Dallas Cowboys.
It's going to be horrid. All right, here we go, folks. You have happy hour late night, 3 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 every day. $2 off all tall drafts and margaritas, $3 short shorties. We have, shots here. We got $5 premium drinks, $6 appetizers. Their appetizers are phenomenal. You also have feature drafts, $4 Wild Herd, $5 Bud Light, and that's a 22-ounce, by the way, $6 Hazel Little Ding IPA. And this shtick that we got, I think it was last week. This is actually pretty good. They have this this sampler here. All right, that's pretty good. It's a new one, and you get all these different, it's like pick 4. And then, of course, you have another deal. Isn't it the 1999 one that we got? That was really good.
The pick 6.
That was great because you get like 20 different things. But in all honesty, pick 6, 2 entrees. You get 2 sides, 2 fountain drinks, pretty much left side of the menu for $19.99. Of course, when you and I order it, we really go all out.
So we have more than just $19.99's worth of pick 6. Okay, so the Dallas Cowboys schedule whenever we come back, Monday Night Football versus the Las Vegas Raiders. We just saw what the Raiders do on a Thursday night. Imagine how much better they're going to be on Monday Night Football. This game could end 3-2, and I want it to end 3-2.
I could see that.
A Brandon Aubrey 70-yard field goal. That's what's going to win the game for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, that's going to happen. He did miss a 68-yarder on Monday night, which was odd because
so he hooked it, but it was definitely long enough.
Yeah, he hooked it, but he doesn't miss very often.
No.
How many misses does he have this year?
I believe that's his first one on the season.
Really his
that
first
was his first one on the season.
And if the kid Little from your beloved Jaguars could make a 68-yarder against San Diego
Superchargers,
I think it was against San Diego, then surely I thought that he was going to make that 68-yarder. But nevertheless, it had the distance.
Our guy Jonathan Hood has a question for us. I'll get to that question in just a minute. Let's finish out this Cowboys schedule here real quick. Then they have the Eagles on November 23rd, the Chiefs on November 27th on Thanksgiving, followed by the Lions, the Vikings, the Chargers, the Commanders, and then they end the season against the Giants. There's a chance there, the Commies and Giants game, and the Raiders. We're eyeballing 6 wins on the season right now.
Yeah.
I don't see them beating the Chargers. Maybe they can beat the Vikings. I don't think they're beating the Lions. They're not beating the Chiefs. They're not beating the Eagles. So maybe the Cowboys can get, best case scenario here, 7 wins, which if you remember at the beginning of the season, the over-under in Las Vegas for the Dallas Cowboys was 7.5 wins. I told everyone to hammer the over, and I'm looking like a damn idiot. Right
Yes,
now.
you're looking like a real putz, just as you always are.
I hate that I love them.
But yeah, so do I. I mean, actually, you know what? It's tough to watch their games now, don't you think?
No, I mean, yeah,
I think it is.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to watch their games.
So
It's hard for me to watch, yeah, right, or even drunk. I mean, it's just hard for me to watch their games because they're just so piss poor and they underperform. They underperform based on who they're playing. They play down to their competition. Their defense is, again, historically bad.
Tommy Cananza saying we are beating the Eagles. You shut your mouth, Mike. Hey, I love the confidence. I am here for the confidence. Injecting it to me. You know what? I'm calling it right now, Brandon. The Dallas Cowboys run the table to the end of the season.
You need to have your head examined, buddy. You ain't gonna win. They may not win one more game the rest of the season. That's 5 or 8.
Assuming the refs figure out how to call a tush push properly, because there's practically no visibility
When
to
are they
that
going to
play.
outlaw that play?
That'll
When are they going to outlaw?
that'll
that
be
play?
outlawed at the end.
It has to be. It should have been outlawed this year.
The fact that
It's not football. It's not football.
so I disagree with that. Like it is a football play.
It's,
but the thing is,
it's football, but needs a periscope to officiate it properly.
Exactly.
Cheating. I mean, it's
Exactly.
kind of like, I'm like pushing. That's not football.
so the rule is like you shouldn't be able to push, right? So are you going to outlaw the push, or are you going to outlaw what is it that you're going to outlaw, right?
The tush push.
But the thing is, it needs to be officiated the same way every play needs to be officiated. And the thing that the Eagles have gotten away with, and obviously until the refs keep calling it, you keep doing it, right, is the fact that the guards line up in that illegal formation and they get off the ball before the ball is snapped, right? So there's a procedural penalty and then the false start that happens with the tush push. But if it's still a play that they're looking at as legal, hell, until someone can stop it, you just keep going to the well, my guy.
I mean, why wouldn't they? Nobody can stop them. They are the best team that has ever been that has ever executed the tush push ever. Why don't more teams use it?
Because they're just not good enough. Let the
is
Bills,
it
the Bills
really-
try to do it, and
Yeah.
the Bills can't do it.
It's amazing that they have executed it that well.
Well,
Like they must practice it all the time.
I feel like if Kansas City tried doing it, like there would be a flag against it.
All
Like
right,
if
we're going
Dallas
to push
tried
each
it,
other tuchuses
Yeah.
during practice and see how far you can push my tuchus.
Just get behind each other and grab a handful.
Well, yeah, that sounds fun.
No,
Dave's like, got room for a third?
You know what? There's no greater motivator than someone just coming up behind you and grabbing your ass. It makes you move.
I like it. It's kind of shocking. You're like, whoa, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Get that thumb out of there.
Oh my God, we shouldn't go.
Our
this
guy
is a family
Brandon, our
show.
guy Brandon the Ice, or not Brandon the Iceman, going Jonathan Hood from ESPN 1000 in Chicago, saying with the announcement from surging baseball ratings from the playoffs, should the NBA, college basketball, college football be concerned that they aren't getting enough eyeballs due to controversies? I'll hang up and listen for my answer. I don't necessarily think that those have like those other sports. Maybe the NBA is in trouble. College basketball might be in trouble. I think it's just because the game is displeasing to watch, right? Like I love watching my San Antonio Spurs, but there was a stretch there against the Lakers where I believe both teams in a 3-minute span hoisted up like 15 3-pointers. And that's just not fun to watch, right? Like you're kind of live and die by the three. They miss the majority of them, which is kind of like, okay, let's get to some normal basketball offense. I think aesthetically it's difficult to watch basketball. But the NFL, I feel like we've been hearing year after year that NFL ratings are dropping and NFL ratings are dropping. Yet the NFL still has 9 out of the top 10, most viewed shows in America.
Absolutely.
What, 90 out of the top 100 top viewed shows in America. So for me, it's like maybe the NFL doesn't have anything to worry about. College football, I think people just love watching college football anyway. But it's a good sign for Major League Baseball. Like on the flip side of this, because so many people had gravitated away from Major League Baseball, right? Like most people, whenever you would ask them about it, like the average age of a Major League Baseball fan was 55 years old?
Yeah, up there, sure.
Now you've got the bigger market teams that are out here doing things. Shohei Ohtani has appeal to a broader audience, as with Yamamoto, as with Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. Like the Dodgers are a hodgepodge of individuals that you can kind of look at, and they've kind of taken that mantle from the Yankees of you either love them or you hate them. And once you have that team that can be either the hero or the villain that plays both roles, that's whenever you get eyeballs that care. And that's what's happening right now with baseball. I think it's a good thing for baseball, but I don't think the other sports have to worry about it.
No, I don't.
Basketball.
Basketball, yes, just because basketball, in my opinion, in the NBA, the quality of the game has declined dramatically over the years because obviously nobody wants to play defense anymore, and the finals have kind of been anticlimactic. And I mean, not to say it's a bad thing when an OKC wins it, but I mean, other than OKC, who gives a shit about OKC? It's not great for the finals.
But I will say this:
mean,
that was a very fun finals until Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles. That was a ton of fun. Like if you're a basketball lover, the way that I am, I was invested in that final.
But I mean, the problem is you don't have any huge market teams. You know that affects the viewership with Indiana.
I mean, if it was LA and New York,
I mean, now look. With that said, there's always going to be the people that love the NBA, love basketball. For me personally, though, you give me the NCAA tournament any day of the week over the NBA playoffs any day.
But you have to. Okay, so to me, like the tournament and the playoffs, those are your outlier. You push those away. What, UTEP played yesterday or Wednesday?
Yeah, it was a couple days ago.
Thursday. They played on Thursday.
Yeah.
So UTEP plays on Thursday, right? Most college basketball games are going to be in that Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Saturday window, right?
Right, Thursday and Saturday, yes.
Other than like Duke UNC, which doesn't have the gravitas it once had, other than those types of games, are you ever circling your calendar saying, I want to watch this college basketball game? And the fact of the matter is no.
No,
right? Because you don't have. I think the one and done hurts college basketball more than it helps college basketball.
Well, I will say this though, the brevity of college basketball season helps it because you're not looking at 82 games; you're looking at 30 games. Okay, which is perfect to me. That's the perfect. Same thing with high school basketball. We play like 28 games, which is a lot for high school kids, but nevertheless, they're preparing them for potentially postseason in college and whatever. But the long story short of it is you give me a 30-game season, I'm okay with it, which eagerly makes me await then the postseason, which to me is we've talked about this many times, how great the tournament is. And they should, I don't know how much more they're going to expand. They're going to expand it maybe a little bit more, but, 68 teams is pretty good.
I don't think they need to mess with the NCAA tournament at all. I think it's perfect the way that it is. It is the gold standard of any postseason. Whether it's college football, the NFL, baseball, basketball, hockey. Obviously, the Stanley Cup playoff is fun to watch, but the NCAA tournament, especially those first couple of days of the NCAA tournament,
perfect.
Nothing to be messed with.
The NHL and the NBA playoffs, again, are kind of, I don't know, it's say overkill. It's just a lot. It's just a lot because there's so many games.
Because of all the 7-game series.
There's just, again, football, you're one and done, which makes it all the bit more intense and exciting as far as I'm concerned.
And I kind of miss, and again, it's me being the old guy here, right? Like, I miss the NBA playoffs being like the best of 3, best of 5 type series because it really put that emphasis on like, we got to get this stuff.
Yeah, if you
a 7-game series is fun.
You go down 2-0 and still be just fine. Yeah. How many times have we seen a team overcome a 2-0 deficit? Many times. 3-0 and come back to tie the series at, maybe even win it. I know
we won the Cleveland Cavaliers.
They won it against
the Golden State Warriors.
Back in 16.
Ashley Candelaria saying, I like college basketball because you see heart and team playing, especially the turnovers. You see underdogs show up. NBA is just meh.
The thing is that, again, whenever you have kids playing these sports who 99.9% of them will never go on beyond what they're playing now, you're going to get that certain level of heart to where in the back of their mind, sure, they're all hoping and praying they make it, but they also know they're not going to make it. So it's like, this is my last hurrah. Versus the guys in the NBA making gazillions of dollars, who are a bunch of prima donnas, some of them who don't care about the fans as much as maybe they should. But I mean, college, man, you got a lot of heart there, and of course, thank God they're finally getting paid because they do deserve that. They really do. I mean, to me, it was long overdue. You got to be able to have a situation where these kids, like I said, they're dedicating their bodies, and I never willingly play the sports, but nevertheless, to me, a scholarship just wasn't cutting the mustard. You need more than that.
The lowest rookie contract in the NBA right now, last man on the bench that's a rookie, is making $1.15 million. That just showed, once again, like the grotesque amount of money that's in the NBA for like top tier players. And then you could be like a mid-level bench dude making $19 million a year, which is just asinine whenever you think about those types of numbers.
Well, Okay, I'm sending you to cut you off.
No,
But I
no,
mean,
no worries.
that and the prices too. Do you ever? When's the last time you tried to go to an NBA game versus a college game where it's actually affordable? And the average person, you take, a family to an NBA game, you're going to take paying a mortgage.
I don't think that we should necessarily be the people that get to talk about prices at a college game because our college basketball team is middle of the road to say the best, right? So they're going to have more affordable tickets at the University of Texas at El Paso.
Now,
if you are UNC or Duke, I'm sure those tickets are up there, even if you're having a bad season.
what's the standard for Coach Golding this year? Speaking of UTEP, but if he doesn't make postseason play, is that?
Yeah.
This is what, year 5, right?
Yep.
So it has to be that, right? I mean,
no, you came in here, you had these expectations. I remember you and I having a big old debate because your first season for him was you got to win 66% of the games and make it to the NCAA tournament. And I told you, Brandon, you are drunk. Drink this glass of water. It wound up being vodka. You got even more drunk. I just like now's the time, right? It's shit get off the pot time now.
Yeah.
You have your whole recruiting class, and I get it. College basketball right now is a completely different beast than what it was just a couple of years ago because of NIL deals, because of XYZ, all these other things. But the fact of the matter is you are not the only program that has to deal with this. Every program has to deal with this. So you have to find your wins and losses where you can get them. And if you are UTEP, it's not hard to be in the top tier of Conference USA. We're not talking about the ACC.
No.
We're not talking about the SEC or the Big 12.
No.
We are talking about Conference USA. And if you can't get into the NCAA tournament through Conference USA, it is an abject failure in year 5.
And the fact, again, the dismal seasons, my goodness, obviously in football and basketball, the lack of postseason play in 15 years is surreal since 2010. That's crazy, man. That's a long time.
And you and I are I believe whenever we first started doing shows, it was based around the lack of success that Tim Floyd had, despite being, not so
and how
far removed.
defensive Coach Floyd was when one of our colleagues, Steve Kaplowitz, started asking basic questions.
Setting the groundwork for future coaches. Anytime you ask them a question.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah, Floyd underperformed here as the head coach, which was a shame. But
that's
wait, let me finish my statement first. But at least they made it to the championship game. I think it was his first year of the CUSA tournament, right? And they nearly knocked off Memphis, and they goofed, or else they would have went to the tournament. I mean, that was the closest. Now, with that said, he underperformed because they never made it to the tournament, in my opinion. Yes, he did.
Yeah,
he did, absolutely.
Because that's what it's about, right? Like, just get to the dance.
But I mean, with that said, I guess I should give Golding a little bit of credit because I think it was 2 years ago where they made it to the championship game also of the CUSA tournament, if memory serves, and they goofed, right? I can't remember who they lost to, but
I thought it was a semifinal.
No, they made it to the finals. Okay. They almost made it to the tournament.
Okay,
and of course they shit the bed as usual.
But that's the thing, right? It's like, okay, so that was a couple of years ago.
3 years ago.
The natural progression is
get there
and win.
Yeah,
right. Like that would be the next step.
I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Is it going to get any easier when you move to the Mountain West?
Nope.
Obviously not, because the competition, albeit isn't great, is certainly better.
And again, like the Mountain West this is why I told everyone this felt like a lateral move for the University of Texas at El Paso, going from Conference USA to the Mountain West. Less travel to the East Coast,
right?
So at least you don't have to worry about all that nonsense. But you're not going to have San Diego State. You're not going to have Fresno State. You're not going to have Boise State. Like a lot of the teams that made up the Mountain West as we know it now are gone. Right? They're going to the Pac-12, which is great for the Pac-12 because they get to build up and kind of do their thing. But with UTEP, you've got to be able to do more. You have to be able to not just be a mediocre under 500 team.
Right.
If you're the University of Texas at El Paso.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one wants that.
No.
And it's not me saying like Coach Golding wants that either. Like obviously he wants to come here. He wants to win.
And it's been a hard time though, being obviously we know with a football deal. And by the way, for football, tonight they're honoring the 2005 team. The Mike Price is back in town. They have the Hall of Fame, the UTEP Hall of Fame inductees, Culpepper, Jordan
Randy
Palmer,
Culpepper, yep.
Jordan Palmer. They'll all be here tonight. It's tonight's game, which is great because, man, that seemed like it was as long as 20 years ago.
Carson's little
Remember
brother.
that? Yeah. I mean, dude, and Carson's little brother had one of the best playing careers of any UTEP quarterback here, and he used to get a lot of flack
Oh yeah,
for throwing so many picks. Remember that? But they were making bowl games back then. They were ranked in the top 25
How many bowl games did they make?
with Price, I believe 3.
Yeah,
So they won. They went the first year the Houston Bowl.
and they went.
They
to the
lost to
Independence
Colorado.
Bowl.
They went to the in Shreveport, right?
Yeah,
And they lost to the wasn't it the GMAC Bowl? They lost to as well. I think it was 3 bowl games, and they went to the New Mexico Bowl
yeah.
under Price in like what 3 and like 6 or 7 years.
Man, it's crazy to think that
It's a prosperous times.
having Mike Price and that was all the way until what 2017 with Mike Price.
No, I think 2013 because I think isn't that when Kugler took over? I believe with 13. I want to say.
Oh, that's right. Mike Price came back.
and then
in.
Price came back and he
Yeah.
filled in when
Yeah.
they fired Kugler, right,
Yeah.
for that last 5 games or whatever.
Yes.
Wasn't that the winless season?
Yes.
Oh God, what a bad!
I remember that time.
Oh, that was a bad year.
Oh,
But-
UTEP,
but-
UTEP got mad at me.
Look, besides Coach Stoll, right?
Mm.
Got to say that Mike Price, greatest coach in UTEP history, right? I mean,
I mean, there's an
Brumbelow and
there's an argument to be made for Harry Van Sertum.
and Brumbelow, right? I mean,
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
was I supposed to laugh? I mean, I don't know. I thought you said it so seriously.
Well,
you
it is.
You
Harry-
are an idiot. Though,
Harry Van Sertum was UTEP football's very first coach. He
Really?
left the program to chase Pancho Villa. That's
Stop-
not
stop it. Stop,
even
dude.
being
You
made
gotta
up.
be- you
That
gotta
is
be
not
sick.
being
He's-
made
he's
up.
messing with me.
That
This-
is not.
Never
No.
mind. Do I look like a putz or what?
Harry Van Sertum.
Harry Van Sertum.
Harry Van Sertum. He was with the Military Institute. He was a quarterback with them. He came over here and said that even though he had graduated from college, he was still going to be the starting quarterback for UTEP and the head coach because the NCAA didn't exist west of the Mississippi.
That's interesting.
It-
Well, but I mean, nevertheless, Coach Nord took them to their first bowl game. Okay. And obviously Stull, the 10-win season of 88. But Coach Price, man, that was great because he had been ostracized at Alabama and just came in here,
It was his own doing.
of course. But he came in here and did some wonderful things for the program. I mean, God, he was great. He was a great coach to have, wasn't he?
And I am excited to see Randy Culpepper, like he's going to be, like
I
you said,
love
inducted
Randy
into the
Culpepper.
Hall of Fame.
I love that guy.
Jordan Palmer being inducted in the Hall of Fame. Like, sure, I give him a lot of
He
shit
had
for
a
being
couple-
Carson's little brother,
No,
but
I mean, he had a cup of coffee in the
Yeah.
NFL.
he was
a
with, what,
backup.
3 teams,
He was
right?
a
Yeah.
backup for a few years, and he's trained a lot of great future NFL quarterbacks
Exactly.
in California with
Yeah.
his school over
Yep.
there. So Jordan Palmer is a hell of a quarterback.
You know what they say? You can't do, you teach.
There you go. That's why I teach.
Such an asshole.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
He did not deserve that.
No, you didn't. You're such a jerk. You know that? No, but he's actually.
UTEP's going to hate me more now.
Yeah, your picture's on the wall with an X on it. You know, it's amazing you're actually allowed in the stadium.
Explains a lot, right? I have to buy a ticket.
There you go.
As long as I'm buying a ticket.
Yeah.
And you know what? I put my money where my mouth is. I did give my annual, as I've done ever since I've been attending UTEP. I gave my annual
Shekels.
donation
Yeah.
to the UTEP athletic department.
That's cool. They must love you now.
I do this all the time.
Does that give you the right to bash him all the time?
I mean, I'm an alumnus. I should be able to.
Yeah, as
bash them
am
all the
I.
time.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm 04.
I want more.
Yeah.
Well, and this is the thing. Like, I'm not sitting here asking for you to win a national championship. I'm asking you to make a fucking bowl game. Sorry. Make an effing bowl game. That's all I care about, man. Get 6 wins. Win half of your games. That's not hard.
It is.
Well, for you.
With them, it is. It's
Once
hard.
again, 114-year history of winning
Who are they
3
playing?
games a
Who do
year.
they play tonight?
Tonight, it's going to be.
Should be a good
Yeah,
game.
I mean, I have been all over this. I know exactly who it is that the UTEP Miners are playing today. And they are going to, I'm going to tell you in a little bit because, you know, I got to make sure I'm not being fooled
Jackson
here.
State at UTEP.
Jacksonville
So Jackson
State.
State will kill them. They're 5-3. That's a loss for the Miners.
I wouldn't say that. Then we
It's
got
a 1
what?
o'clock start, by the way,
Yeah, it's happening right now.
which is nice because the weather's beautiful. The
Come on,
November
man.
games are always nice.
Dude,
It's
I
76
hate
right
I hate a 1 o'clock game. Like
Well,
I
I
really
mean,
do.
It's doable in this town in November, right? I mean, it's doable in a lot of places. A lot of places have afternoon games.
Then next weekend we have Missouri State, I believe is who it is.
Missouri.
Then we get New Mexico State here at home with the Battle of I-10. No other battles on I-10 other than just this one. Sure, San Antonio, Houston, New Orleans, Jacksonville, LA, Phoenix, and a bunch of other areas are along I-10, but this is the Battle of I-10.
This is the Battle of I-10.
El Paso and Las Cruces.
I can't wait. Who doesn't like that, huh?
And then, of course, they end the season, the UTEP Miners football team does, against Delaware at Delaware. Those that don't remember, you go all the way back to 1869, whenever Princeton played Rutgers. It was a doubleheader. That second game, UTEP versus Delaware. Most people don't know that.
I didn't know that. I mean, that's a nice schlep. That's a nice schlep for them to go to Delaware.
In 1869, could you imagine that?
Imagine that, huh? Who doesn't like the first state, right?
Reminds me of Yellowstone 1890 when they were told, you're going to make the journey.
Yeah, they made the journey. That's what they did. They loaded up on the train, the wagon and
covered
stuff
wagon.
like that.
They're going to lose that game, aren't they?
They're
It's
more
in
than
the
likely.
Eastern time zone.
More than likely. They won last year in the Eastern time zone, or 2 years ago.
I think
I know
it was a couple- it
it's
was
within
Florida,
recent
Florida,
memory.
right?
Yeah,
FAU, no?
I believe it was
the,
FAU.
The Owls, yeah.
Yes. So,
Well,
but they have the
there's
chance.
to beat
Yeah.
Delaware.
Yeah.
Delaware ain't that good, right? I mean, I don't know.
I was about to say we have to figure this one out. Let's see where Delaware's standing is in Conference USA. Oh, UTEP Delaware doesn't give me how many wins Delaware has. Delaware's 4-4. No, there's a
Yeah,
shot.
there's a shot Delaware will win.
No faith in UTEP. I'm telling you this:
Not when they travel.
UTEP beats Jack State.
Yeah.
UTEP beats Missouri.
Yeah.
UTEP beats New Mexico State. And UTEP beats Delaware.
And they're in a
That's
bowl
a
game.
6-6. You're in a bowl. That's all we need.
And if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. I'm about to screw up the expression.
If my uncle had balls, he'd be my uncle.
He would be my uncle still. He would still be my uncle. It's just amazing. It's great.
Wild how that works.
I mean, is that how it works? Wow, that's great.
Crazy.
I'm all, whoa. I was about to screw that up royally, man.
Yeah, you know, we all been there. It's been a long day, a lot of stuff going on. Once again, we are live over here at Buffalo Wild Wings, 655 Sunland Park Drive for now until they kick us out, because God knows the way this show's been going off the rails, all this stuff. But Brandon, tell everybody about the specials and the things they can expect whenever they come out here.
We had this pick six for $19.99, 2 entrees, 2 sides, 2 fountain drinks. You could even add on a delicious dessert, happy hour, late night. Okay, so 3 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday of happy hour, 9 to 11 every day. $3 shorts, shots, premium drink, $6 apps. That's great. And then we have, of course, this new sampler, pick 4. A lot of good food. Tip really enjoys this.
Yes, I do.
And also, what do we have here? Yes, $5 Bud Light Talls, 22 ounces. $4 Wild Herd Goose Island. Ooh, that sounds really good.
That does.
That's it. I mean, they got a lot of good sticks here.
We
lot
can
of
hardly
good
wait
stuff.
to pack up the equipment so we can partake as soon as possible.
Exactly. And David doing the dismount for us. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning into today's show. We will be back next week.
We at Fire and Ice on Saturday. Can't wait to see you guys again. Thank you.
I was just making sure that we were being back next week, but thank you for
No,
the
I'm
with it.
here.
I'm
Don't
with it.
worry.
I'm
I'll
with
be
it.
here with